So sorry. Still getting over my cold. So last time I updated was Sunday, and I don't remember what I did on Monday. I think I slept all day. Um, and basically just laid around because that's all I remember doing. So I don't know, that's probably all I did. Yeah, and then Tuesday, I decided to get up and be productive, so I did homework, and then in between homework, I watched Game of Thrones because they watched it here as a group on Tuesdays. Oh, they just started doing that, but I decided to catch up so I could watch it with everybody here at Christ because I thought that'd be fun. And it's addicting. Like, I watched the first season in 2 days, and I started the new season today, the second season today, and it's intense. I got the books from a friend, so I'm gonna start reading those as well. And yeah, so that's basically all I did Tuesday. Oh, I had rugby training, but it didn't last the entire time. It was rainy. No, Thursday was rainy. Tuesday was fine. We had more people show up because people were back from break and stuff. So I don't really remember anything happening. We tackled bags, like these big pad things, like what football players would tackle, and most of us felt like our shoulders were like in a ton of pain because I don't know the way that we hit them. I don't know, it hurt. But yeah, Wednesday, me and a friend, no, yeah, me and a friend, Alana, we did homework because she lives right down the hall, so we just did homework in a little common area, and we're productive. And then me and her and Jen and Becca, we all went out and worked out up at the gym, and then we did. Alana did more homework, and me, Jen, and Becca painted our nails, and then we got ready and we went out with a guy named Blake, and we went drinking at a few bars and dancing and stuff. So it was really fun. And then Thursday, classes started. Basically, went to class and it was pointless because our teacher rattled on about nothing having to do with the topic, which is stupid. And then I didn't have lab that afternoon, so I was done for the day. So I basically just went back and I did homework and I just sat around until rugby. And then at rugby, we tackled the mat. Me and Alana went early. We decided we wanted an extra workout because I personally am getting chubby. At least I think I am. I don't know if I actually am. It feels like I am, so I probably am. But yeah, so we decided to go early to get an extra workout, get more fitness, and so we like ran laps and did crunches and push-ups while the actual UTAS team did their stuff. So it was kind of nice. We got to watch the big boys actually like practicing. So we had entertainment while working out. Yeah, so then we actually had rugby training and we tackled the mats again, but it was like different mats. It was like mats that are supposed to wrap around the poles for like protection so you don't smack into them. And so they had Velcro on it, and when we tackled it, people were getting scratched, as you can maybe see. I got scratched on my face, and like my hair got stuck in it, so I had to like pull my hair out. Another girl got scratched on her arm, and like people got scratched in their legs and stuff. And I was like I was kind of bossing people around. I was like, can you like shift it, like turn it around so the Velcro's like on the other side. And one of our coaches was like, geez, Angie, being so bossy, like being all picky and stuff, and like giving me a hard time. I was like, it scratches people, it hurts. She's like, yeah, whatever. And so I didn't think anything of it, whatever, it was funny. And then we had to do a lap and get some water. And I felt like my face was wet, and I was like, that's really weird. So I felt it, and then I pulled it away, and I had blood on my hand. So I was like, I'm bleeding. And I like asked one of my friends, Alana, I was like, so do I have a scratch on my face? She was like, yeah, you're all scraped up. And I was like, I knew it. I ran over to our coach, and I was pointing at it, and I was like, I told you, those bags scratch. I'm bleeding. And she was like, ooh, big deal. And I was like, I'm just saying that I'm right, and that's why I had them ship the bags, and she was like, okay, fine, you're right. And I was like, exactly. So yeah, it was kind of funny. Um, yeah, so then we just kept going for the rest of the night, and it was a good practice. I don't know what I did to my wrists. I think I landed on them funny, but my left one hurt all weekend. It still kind of hurts when I touch it, but it's fine. It's probably just sore, which happens. Let's see, and then Friday I had class in the morning, which I went to, and then I had another class, but I got really overly upset about stuff that I don't want to talk about, so I just left and I came back to my dorm and I packed because me and Jen went on a weekend trip with our class. Two of my classes went. It was Tasmania Fauna and Animal Ecology and Evolution. Went to Fortescue Bay, which is like an hour and a half away. And we had to catch a ride with a guy from one of my class, from my Animal Ecology and Evolution class, that we'd never met. So that was a little scary, a little sketchy, but he was nice, so it was okay. Yeah, we left around 2, and we got there like at 5. And the only reason it took so long, okay, maybe like 4:30, but still, the reason it took so long is because we made a few pit stops. Like we stopped at Pirates Bay and Waterfall Bay, and we looked at the Tasman Arch or Arch, I don't know. But they're really cool. I didn't get any pictures because my camera was lost in all my luggage, but Jen got some, so hopefully she'll put those up, and yeah, maybe I could tag myself in them. Yeah, so we did that, and we got there and we set up camp, and then we just kind of sat around, and like we don't know a lot of people in our class. The people we did know didn't get there until late, and so it was too dark to like do anything. Jen ended up going to bed at like 8:30, and I just sat there reading my Kindle until about 11:30, until I finally was like, okay, I'm going to bed. So I got in our tent and tried to go to bed, but then I heard a noise, and I shined my light at like the door of our tent where all of our bags were. There was a possum. Like, their possums here in Tasmania are really cute, but they're still creepy because they're possums, and possums are just gross creatures. And so he was like digging through one of my front pockets that I had left open with just garbage in it, and he was digging through it, and I was like, oh my god, what do I do? So I kicked it, thinking I would scare it away, and it just sat there staring at me, and I was like, it's the devil. I was really tired and delusional, so I was freaking out way too much, and I was just like, oh my god, what do I do? And I woke up Jen. I was like, Jen, what do I do? She like shooed it away, and I was like, I could not. She went back to sleep, and I just sat there like freaking out. And then so basically I was in and out of sleep. I probably got a total of 2 hours of sleep that night. But the girl in the tent next to us, I heard like a scream, like someone was being attacked, and then I heard hissing, like an animal, not like a cat, but like another animal, and then little footprints run past, and I was like, oh my god, someone just got attacked by a possum. And I like got up to like get out of my tent, and because I thought I heard her sobbing, but then I heard other voices, and I was like, okay, someone got to her, she's fine. And then I hear her laughing, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, did she get attacked? Did she not get attacked? So I spent the rest of the night freaking out, trying to think of like how I could use my flashlight as a weapon in case a possum broke into our tent, because I was convinced it was gonna like come barging into our tent somehow, like chew through and like attack us. And I was like, how am I going to like get a possum out of here if it comes in? And I was just, oh my god, like freaking out all night. And then finally, like, it was daylight, so we got up and went to do our first activity, which was small animal trapping. They had laid out the traps the night before, and so we just went and we collected the little traps and looked at what was in them, mostly just mice and rats. So it wasn't interesting at all because we didn't do anything, and yeah, we just took notes and that's it. So it wasn't really fun for at least me. But the girl that was in the tent next to us, I knew one of the guys that was like with her. Like they didn't share a tent, but they were like there together, kind of. And I overheard her because they were in our group, and she was telling them that one of the possums, or one of the other girl in her tent, freaked out because there were two possums outside eating something that they'd left out there, like food, and it scared her, and so the other girl screamed and then laughed because she thought it was hilarious. And so her laugh sounded like sobs to me, and then it slowly turned into laughter. And I was like, I got no sleep because I was worried to death that you had been mauled by a possum. Are you kidding me? And she's just like, ah ha ha ha, it was so funny. And like, I had later figured out that she like freaks out over the littlest things, like a bee flew past her, like, or a bug would like fly past her, wouldn't even land on her, just fly past, and she would just scream bloody murder. So basically, I was like, I'm not even gonna take you seriously. If I hear you scream, I'm just gonna let you be, because I don't know when you're actually being serious. Like, yeah, so whatever. But then we had our next activity, which was freshwater ecology survey, something, I don't know, something like that, or freshwater invertebrate survey, something like that. And we had to like drive, and then I got to put on waders, which I thought was so much fun. So I put on waders and I went in the stream, and we dug around and like picked up rocks and washed off the rocks, and got like leaf and mud matter and put them in a sifter, and try to find all like the insects and other creepy crawlies that were in there. So I thought that was really fun because I actually got to do something, and it was interesting. And the guy, like the teacher that was in charge of it, he was really kooky. He teaches, he's a lecturer for one of my classes, and he's just like all over the place all the time. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, so then we had lunch, and then the next activity we had was bird survey, which is actually also another fun one. One of our assignments for Task Fauna is we have to get a bird list, and basically we have to find 30 birds and write them down in our book and identify them. And so on this bird survey, we were able to, well, at least I was able to finish my bird list, which was awesome. Now I don't have to worry about it, and I just need to like finish up the details and type it up, and then I'm done. So I'm super excited. But yeah, we saw a lot of really cool birds that we don't have in Iowa, and I'd taken a class like that before, which I loved because you get to like actually go out and look for stuff and listen to the calls and actually see them. So it was a lot of fun. And then we were done for the day. They had this really crappy barbecue, which I ate a veggie burger because their veggie burgers are really good here, and they're better than the sausages. Like their hot dogs, they call sausages, and they're not delicious. They're kind of weird tasting and weird textured, so I eat the veggie burgers instead. But yeah, and then we just sat around the fire and talked to other people, like other tent people around us that I'd seen before but never actually talked to. One of them, I found out he sits right behind me in one of my labs, and we had no idea. So it was kind of funny. And then once it got dark out enough, we went and some people laid in the beach. I just stood and looked at the stars. They're really pretty. Saw at least one shooting star, and then I came back, and me and a couple people sat around the fire and we talked until about like 11:30, and then went to bed, and I actually slept like a rock. Like it was fantastic. I just passed out. And it's daylight savings here, so the chime changed, but me and Jen weren't sure on like how that worked because they were trying to explain it to us, and it didn't make any sense. Luckily, the people that we met the night before explained it, or woke us up like 15 minutes before we had to be up. And so we were able to like jump up out of bed and get dressed and eat something really fast, and then go on to our next activity, which was we did scat and track identification, which was, I'll explain in the next video because I actually have to do it in 2 videos because I talk for a really long time and I'm sorry. Ooh. Okay, so next video.